Hey guys, what's going on? So we're here talking about one of the sites that I like using and will certainly be using a lot more of in the coming months as we get to the NFL draft. And it's this site, draftbreakdown.com. And the main purpose of this site is for those of us that follow the NFL draft and want to scout these prospects. This site gives you cut up videos of the prospects made by the people, some of the people that work for Draft Breakdown. They do cut up videos and they highlight the players so you could follow the player and help scout them. So it's really nice in that this is kind of a one-stop shop for all the draftniks, as we like to call them. All the fans of the draft that want to scout the players and see what these players are all about. It's nice to get all these players and all these videos in one site. And it's not just, it's not your typical highlight video like you'll see on YouTube where it's like, just a highlight of like a 60-yard catch or something like that. These are actual, it's almost like cut-ups of the entire game that you can go in and just watch just about every play of a certain player and see how he does in certain situations. So like as you can see here, so I clicked on prospect list and it brings us here to the full list of all the draft eligible players. And it's ranked by number of videos created for such a player. So as you can see here, the top player, or the player that they've created the most videos for, is Penn State quarterback Christian Hackenberg. And it's pretty interesting because he's been one of the polarizing figures as far as all the NFL draft prospects go. So we click on Hackenberg here, so you can see it gives his stats, 6'4", 236. He's a junior. Gives his number as well, so you could easily track them. And then here, as you can see, are all the videos that have been created. So like as you can see, there was one video created from the 2015 season against Temple, but then you see all these games here from 2014. This is almost his entire 2014 season, every game, the game in Ireland against Central Florida, all the way to the Pinstripe Bowl against Boston College. And then even a couple games from back in 2013, his freshman season. So it's real nice with a lot of these players. It's not just videos of this year, but past years. So you can kind of see how a player has come along in 2 or 3 years or even 4 years at school. And so the more games you have, the better sense you're going to get of what the player is. So it's real nice to kind of have all this together. And so we could just go back. If it'll let me go back, or I could just go to these tabs here. So click 2016, and again it'll take us back to the list. And as you can see up here too, you can click on a certain position. It'll just give you this players just from that position instead of everyone. So obviously quarterbacks are pretty big. A lot of people are going to be tracking quarterbacks. That's why you see a lot of the top names up here are quarterbacks. So Hackenberg, Jacoby Brissett of NC State, Connor Cook, Dak Prescott. And then also what's nice too, as we go to this drop-down menu, you can already start looking ahead to next year's draft. You can look at players for 2017. Or maybe not. Okay, that was my mistake. It still took me back to 2016. But eventually they will start posting prospects and videos for the 2017 NFL draft. But for now, here, here's all the 2016 2016 prospects, and they're going to continue to post videos. So it's real nice in that sense. Just kind of checking something else. So as far as the design, obviously, like I said, I think it's real nice. You could go by players, search for a certain player, or you could just go here and it gives you a list of all the recent videos that they posted. So like here, the recent video, Reggie Ragland against Auburn, Jack Allen of Michigan State against Western Michigan, so you just kind of scroll through. So these are all their recent videos that they posted. And again, as you can see, all the position tabs up here. So if I want to search, say, edge rushers, see what videos were recently posted of edge rushers. We'll go here, and so we'll see here Carl Lawson of Auburn against Alabama, or Noah Spence against NC State, things like that. So, and again, I could search for a prospect. So if I want to search Jared Goff, quarterback of California, and it brings me right to his page, and so it gives you his numbers and some of the recent videos. What's nice too about this site is that they're trying to make it a real network of draft analysts. So what you can do along with just watching these videos is you can actually make your own scouting report. I believe it's up here, but I know there's a spot up here where you can actually create. There might be one of these tabs up here. But I know there's a place where you can create your own scouting report on these players and post it similar to a like a message board or a forum, things like that. And it really kind of brings the community together as far as, evaluating these players and learning about these players, bouncing ideas off of each other. So it's real nice in that sense. And then recently what they've done too is they've added podcasts. So you can see here, the Draft Breakdown podcast, episode 8. So the podcast with Brian Perez, who's part owner of this site. And you can see here, a couple guys that were on Sports Illustrated's On the Clock. So it's real nice here. It's a lot of content, pretty easy to find. So user experience is definitely real good as far as getting the videos, getting to see all these players. Because the one thing with the NCAA is coaches' film is almost never available like it is with the NFL. So this is kind of where you have to go to watch these players, unless you DVR a game. But the nice thing about this is it's almost like DVRing a game, but skipping everything that you don't need. Skipping the commercials and skipping all the plays that your specific player is not involved in. So it's a real good site. Definitely one that if you're into the NFL draft, I certainly recommend. And like I said, now that we're reaching the end of the NFL season, college bowl games are starting soon. Go Penn State in the Tax Slayer Bowl. This site is going to become very invaluable, very helpful for those that want to start scouting these players as we start getting into the bowl season, into January, once the NFL season ends, and then the draft season kind of starts to kick into high gears. You get to the Senior Bowl, the Combine, Pro Days, and then leading up to April's draft. So with that, I hope you kind of enjoyed my little look at sorry, I kind of stopped the recording mid-session, but yeah, thanks Professor Crockmall and everyone for a great semester. Best of luck to everyone in their finals and their classes and through the rest of this track. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys down the line. So until then, take care, everyone. Thanks.